Hi guys, it's Joseph, aka the Bully. Today I got a Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade guide. Basically what I'm going to do here is spend maybe 10 minutes kind of running you guys through how to set up the game for yourself. Now right now you can see I've already created 4 characters. Basically what you'll do is these guys would not be sitting here, it'd be 4 empty pads. And with the 4 empty pads, you would go click on the pad and it will give you the option to create. Right now it just gives me the option to delete. You'll create your character, you'll go in, you'll pick what faction, like Eldar. Then you've got the Orcs, you've got the Chaos Marines, and then you got the Space Marines. And then inside that you've got sub-factions. So like for instance for the Space Marines here, I've chosen man, I can't think of their names right now. The something wolves, anyway. The wolves, and you can see I created that. And mainly, what I do is play the Eldar. Again, even with the Eldar, you still get to pick a sub faction, and each of them they get different colored uniforms, things like that. So, I would highly recommend that you make a character, play around with it, make another one, play around with it until you find out what 4 you want to actually stick with. Until they give us the ability to expand upon 4 characters. Right now you only get 4 in the game. So let's go inside. We'll go inside the Eldar here. When you have this screen, it tells you up here in the corner like what guild you're in and if you're the leader of the guild. You can see I'm the leader of this guild. The name of the guild is the PlayGround Bullies, of course. And then this tells you what rank I am. Right now you can max out at level 6 is the farthest rank that you can get. So let's go through the tabs over here on the left hand side and let's go through them from bottom to top. So the bottom one is the guild page. Now if you're not in a guild will not pop up. So you can see guild page here, got 141 members in guild. Only the guild leader can actually come in and make any adjustments to any of this stuff. And right now, to be honest with you, guild features are very lacking. You can basically invite guild members, leave them a message on how do you get contact with you. What I do is I leave a message that says contact us in Discord, look for the PlayGround Bullies in Discord. So anyway, that's the guild tab. The next one is the war parties tab. Right now what this allows you to do is from your friends list, it allows you to add people to your party. Same with guild. You can't really just group with your guild. You would have to add them as a friend first in Steam. And then once you add a friend in Steam, then you would be able to add them here as well. So, and you can do quick join, which then randomly puts you in a group. I'm not sure how well this works. I've never actually used it. If you have any ideas, leave comments below. But I've never actually used this. I've always just created a private war party and invited friends from my list. Below that, you've got advancements. Now, advancements is basically the tree that you use to spec your class. For the Eldar, what you want to do, what I always recommend that you do is figure out what class you want to start out with. So if you want to start with the Warlock, you want to come around until you find the one that starts with the Warlock. And you can see I've already bought most of this, but you click on this one, it actually tells you this is a Warlock Oculate Regent bag for the Warlock. Gives you plus 25 to charge. I'm not going to go into detail what charge is for the Warlock at this point in time on this video, but basically I would recommend that you buy the traits and the skills for the class that you want to play the most right off the bat. So if you've decided you want to play a Warlock, I would start putting your points into the Warlock tree. You can see the Warlock tree goes all the way up here. So that's where you spec your tunes, basically. And it's pretty easy. I mean, at some point you'll probably buy everything in the trees, and then you've pretty much got everything. Okay, moving over up to inventory. Inventory just shows you like what weapons you have, your mods that you have, what war gear you have. Most of this stuff in war gear is accumulated through that tree I just showed you where you spec your character. Most of this stuff is acquired there. In fact, I believe all of it is. And then appearance. These are appearance items that you've bought for your character. You can see I've bought all these appearance items that are above and beyond the standard appearance items that you get in the game. The store. Now in the store you've got one, you can click on this. This gives you bundles. I've only got 3 left, but you'll have a bundle basically for every class. And it gives you special armor. If you watch, it changes over here. It shows you kind of the stuff that that character would get. It's pretty cool. Some of this armor is pretty awesome. And if you know what class you're going to play, I would recommend, if you want to be able to change the way he looks, buy the bundle. For instance, you can see like this bundle here. Let's find a bundle. I don't own everything in it. Oh, it looks like I own them all. But anyway, what pieces I have left in this bundle would normally have cost me 7,000 RTC. Instead, the discount for the bundle is 4,200 RTC, which is a 40% savings. And the way that works is, this top line here is your RTC. Now you can collect RTC regularly by buying it in the store, or sometimes the devs give us some for being founding members. But you can buy it, and you also can participate in the weekly events when they are available. And if your faction wins, you get some more RTC, class RTC. So it shows up in one bundle, but when you actually go to spend it, it shows you the difference. But anyway, you've got your RTC, and then below that is your requisition. And what that is basically all the XP that you earn turns into requisition credits. And those credits you can use to buy certain things as well. Not appearance items, unfortunately, but there are certain weapons that you can buy. You can see I don't have much left to buy, but this is one item I have not bought that I could still buy for 10,000 requisitions. So then you've got appearance items you can buy. Again, RTC for those, the bundles, and then you have supply drops. And supply drops you buy with RTC. And I would recommend that you start out by buying all of the 500 requisition ones, until what it does is it eventually will tell you that you own all the items in this supply drop. So I couldn't buy anything. So I would buy all the cheaper ones out, so that when you get up higher, you can mod your stuff out, and this is where you'll end. The last tab here is Elite Classes. Can't click on it yet. They have not released that, but that's where that will be when it comes out. Down at the bottom, Get Credits. This will allow you to buy credits. Every time I've clicked on this, it's redirected me back to Steam. You can go to Purchase. That's how you purchase each drawer. Again, I can't buy it. And then Hub. Hub always takes you back to here. So loadouts. This is probably the most. You will start with no loadouts on this side in some cases. I know when the game first came out, you got some basic loadouts that the game basically started you off with. I'm not sure if they still do that. When they reset everything, I didn't have any loadouts over here. So there could be a possibility that you have no loadouts. And basically, you just click this button here that says Create a Loadout. And it's going to create one for us. And then what you want to do is going to pop you over here to Class. And you're going to pick what class you want. I'm going to stick with the Warlock because the Warlock's my favorite. And you can rename this. So I'm going to name this Video Warlock. That's the Video Warlock for the video. And then when you're done, you hit Accept. And then you hit Save. And then once you do that, you can go back to Loadout. And there should be one in here that says Video Warlock right here at the bottom. So I'm going to click on that. And so this is how your Warlock starts out. With this is probably the gear you'll start out with. But as you unlock things, you can go in here and you can change out weapons. And you can come in here and you can add mods if they're available. See, there's mods available. You know, and you've got mods that do penetration, lifesteal, and durability regen. Now, there's a lot of people will say durability is the way to go. It'll allow you to keep swinging and missing and parrying. I don't ever run into that problem on my Warlock, at least. So I always look to increase my impact. I just feel like the impact penetrates the armor, the shield faster, and I'm actually able to one-shot people in some cases, lower level guys. Armor, again, you come in here, you'll have advanced armor at some point that you can put on your character. War gear, it's always going to give you these things. Once you unlock them, you may not start out with anything in this area. Some classes or some races will have something in here, but sometimes you won't have anything. So you can add something. This one, adds faster regen on my armor. This one adds 15 to health. This one adds 15 to armor, and this one adds 30 to armor. So you could pick whatever you'd like. And it's same for every slot. I mean, again, here's another one that increases my charge by 25. Again, I'll go into charge in another video, but charge is like the healing pool or the spell pool that the warlock has. You can see right now I've selected all high-end stuff, so I'm actually over. It'll tell you up here if you're over the exceeded amount, and it will not let you save this character in that way. So, and I've picked a weapon I don't really have, so it's wanting to charge me for it. Okay. So, and you can come in here to sidearms. Warlock now you can equip no sidearm. Until recently, you had to always have a sidearm, which sucked because it always used up some points. Grenades, you can always add grenades if you've got them all unlocked. Certain classes will only have single grenades, like the Warlock, for example. I've only got a single grenade. And consumables, you've got things from you can replenish your character's life, or this is the healing crystal here, so you can heal yourself, or what this will do is will recharge your weapons and such. So for instance, if on a warlock, since I don't have a gun, I would use this to recharge like my one grenade or my life pool. But other than that, it's not really that. But you'll figure out what's useful and what's not. And then down here, you would do spells. After you do that, and you get it all set up and you hit save, you'll come into appearance. And if you have some of these, great. If you don't, they're available to buy. Or you just will have to save up and get them. But for example, you can upgrade helmet, or you can come in here and go shoulder pads. You can see there's a couple of shoulder pads for the warlock now. For a long time there was none. Legs, there's only one leg for the warlock right now. Right shoulder, you've got some shoulders you can choose from. And then shrine, there's only one shrine for the warlock currently to choose. And then torso, same thing with the warlock. A lot of the other classes and factions have a lot of that stuff. And that's basically a loadout. I go into more detail on just loadouts later. We can do some build videos later. If you're interested in something like that, let me know what you think of doing a build video. I would be glad to do build videos for most of the classes in the game. World map lets you kind of see or pick individual fights. You have this here is the garrison. This is where you can actually go and practice. I would recommend before you ever queue up for your first couple of matches that you go in here and spend at least half hour, 45 minutes maybe, testing out different builds and different weapons and really kind of figure out what you like. Then you got these different zones that you can fight in. So if you want to specifically fight against orcs, you can queue up just for that. You can do the same against Space Marines and Chaos Marines. You can do that as well. The Chaos here in the red. And then you got the PvP map here. This one allows you, there's 3 different tiles of PvP. This is the Battle of the Tyranids. So you got the first one is any join a team, kill battles against Tyranids and their lairs. Then this one is kill a team, join a team to complete missions against swarms of Tyranids. And then this last one is join a team to fight off multiple waves of Tyranids. So there's 3 different levels of that, and it tells you right now there was one guy queued for this. Honestly, PvE is not very busy in this game. It's very tough. Make some friends, queue up that way. And then if there was a campaign currently going on, you would get a thing that pops up that says, oh, here's the campaign. It's a little story. It's like a paragraph long. And then you could actually hit campaign, and it will tell you to win so many matches in the time frame. Will get you some rewards. And then this here, and this is for the guild versus guild stuff. Now, I don't believe this stuff has been launched yet. It's coming. But this is where the guild versus guild is. It's on the map, but you can't do much with it right now. And that's the map. Now, if you just want to jump into a match right away and start killing people, you just hit Battle Now. Battle Now queues you up. Over here, you see this. And it'll sit here until it finds a match. And then when it finds a match, it'll do a little countdown for you. And it'll tell you, hey, you've got X amount of time to get in and do that. I'm going to cancel that queue right now because I don't want to battle. So anyway, that's kind of the thing in a nutshell. the layout of the loads here and such. You can see if I go into the orc, it's very similar. It's identical. The only difference is the background and the class, of course. But you've got guild. Here's the guild. And then you can go battle now, loadouts. Everything is basically the same. Weapons are different. Obviously, you can see orcs got some pretty cool animations or things that they can have. I'll run through them all real quick and show you. Again, here's Chaos Marine. Background's different, but for the most part, everything here on the left-hand side is the same. And again, same with the Space Marines. You can see. Still the same. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's the basics to starting the game. Sorry I couldn't show you how to actually create a character. I don't want to delete one of my characters just to make a new one for this video. I apologize. It's not very hard. Again, I would play with it, again, because you can be an Ultramarine or, for the Marines, for example, instead of being a wolf, you can be Ultramarines, blood Marines, and there's several different sub-factions for each that you can use. For example, like on the Warlock that I love to play, there's another faction that you can be. There's a couple, but the other one you wear like a red outfit instead of the black outfit, and then I think the other one wears an orange outfit. So there's several sub-factions. Figure out which one you have, because some of them will have access to different skins, items, the way you look, or different colors. Like for example, what I picked on my orc, the colors for him are red and yellow. I believe he's a sun boy. There's other classes where the colors might be blue and yellow or blue and red, or so every class kind of, and it's pretty true for the most part to the tabletop game and the colors that they use there. So anyway, leave some comment for me, please. Let me know how you liked this video. Did this video help you kind of navigate through the starter screens on this game, help you get your first builds going? Any questions, leave them below in the comments. I'd be glad to answer those. Like the video if you would, please. Help me out. Let's get this out there so other beginners can kind of have an idea what they're doing, instead of getting frustrated and not playing this game because they couldn't figure out how to get started. So anyway, again, Joseph the Bully here, signing out. Again, stay frosty, have a good night, and let's play some Warhammer.